have 15 minutes left at the end of the meeting to basically open the panel for further discussions, questions, reflections, ideas how we can promote the collaboration in the regional council and how we might be able to kind of extend the activities and make it beyond just a networking activity and making a real impact in the global level. If any questions, any comments, any suggestions from colleagues here. And I'm going to kind of ask you if you are not going to make questions, I'm going to. So yeah. Dario, please.
I would like to say that we appreciate the possibility to have a travel award in honor to Cristina Delgado, who was the first treasurer of ISAM in 1999 and the first woman in a board. She was from Argentina, and the recipient of the award is Romina Capellino right there. Say hello, Romina, and we will see in Morocco. That's all. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Romina, do you want to say hello?
Hi, nice to see you. I really appreciate this opportunity. It's a great moment for me. And well, I also mentioned that Cristina Delgado was an important woman who worked at the beginning of ISAM and should represent like a woman and for her work and her ethic and dedication to market and in an important way for Argentinian psychiatrists. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. Yes, Dario.
I am also have to mention that Sergio Paz, who is the Ecuador ambassador, is also here. So I hope he will organize the regional meeting next year.
That's good. Sergio, do you want to say hello? I'm not sure Sergio can hear us now. But yeah, and I would like to encourage other regional representatives, if you like to invite any specific person to the quarterly meetings that we have. This is an open meeting, so you can invite others if you think that you can bring others who that is going to be an introduction to the community. We definitely will be happy to have them in the meeting. So there's an open kind of community, and we are happy to kind of have others. Alex, please.
Sharing information. One thing which, on hindsight, I should have mentioned earlier on, but there is another piece of activity that I think as a regional council to be aware of. And it started with Yasser Kazal, who's our current treasurer from the ISAM Board of Directors, who requested the board to organize a Francophonic meeting in Lebanon, which happened a few months back, and I'm aware and will be discussed by the board to have other Francophonic meetings. And I know Belgium has approached Yasser, Montreal, and France, and I think the next one will be in Nancy. So you know, it gets the different levels or stages into this development. And one of them is language specific, with Dario, you know, being leading the Spanish speaking really, or the continent, which is totally Spanish speaking or Portuguese speaking. And we're also having other activities which are catering for the Francophonic cohort of addiction medicine practitioners.
Thank you, Alex. And also discussing about how to organize the next General Assembly of Addiction Medicine Societies. As you can imagine, we have just 2 hours time for the General Assembly. And the plan is to basically help those who are newcomers to the council and to the General Assembly of Addiction Medicine Societies to introduce what they are doing. So we are hopeful to ask you as regional representatives to organize maybe some like 10 minutes time presentation from societies from your own region. So that is the plan in terms of for example, asking Dario, you have from like 10 minutes. If you have 10 minutes for your regions, who are the people that you want to kind of invite to present what are the new activities that they are doing in their own societies in different parts of your region. So that is going to be the plan in terms of asking you to lead and organize the global assembly and making sure you will have the say in terms of inviting people, asking them for their slides, checking their slides, and just sending us something like a block of 10 minutes time presentation with 2, 3, 4, 5. It's because how many? I mean, it depends on how you want to kind of organize that. But we'll give you that time spot in the global assembly to give people enough time to be able to present what they are doing. And we are hopeful that global assembly would give people a sense about, okay, what is happening around the world in terms of addiction medicine and what are the challenges that people are facing, and kind of giving people a sense about what are the things that are needed around the world and what are the potentials for collaboration and what are the kind of the advances that are happening around the world. So all those gaps and also potentials around the world and how we might be able to help each other and kind of develop that collaborative network and fill those gaps and bridge the gaps around the world. So that is the plan that we have, and it's going to be kind of a really hectic meeting, but hopefully we will start kind of planning for that. So we'll send out some emails regarding the plan for that General Assembly, and of course for regions that are smaller, we probably provide some like 5 minutes spot. For regions that are larger, we will have kind of a larger spot. But we will plan we will send you an overview about an outline about the structure of the General Assembly, which is going to happen in February in some like 4 or 5 months. But you will have time to assign people to that kind of spots, making sure it's going to be a good. And this is something that happens. I mean, the online meeting happens once a year. So that is the Global Assembly of Addiction Medicine Societies, and hopefully this is going to be a good representation.
Please, Hamid, just to clarify, this is in February, right? This is not in Marrakesh in 2 weeks.
No. The Marrakesh one. So each year, no additional work for Marrakesh. So
I was just getting a lot of anxiety there.
No.
Okay, perfect.
That is something that we have one meeting in person every year in the annual meeting, and one meeting online every year. And that is the way that we organize this in terms of just making sure that we'll have an opportunity to bring people together. And that is the way that we plan for the.
Count on me.
Yep. And Alex.
Yeah, just a suggestion. You decide as the regional council. I'm just thinking. The regional council in Marrakesh, there's going to be a general assembly for the affiliated societies. Is that one of the plenary speaker is going to be Nora Volkov, another one is going to be Ivan Montoya. Do you want them to listen to some of your discussions? Do you want to invite them for 15 minutes? Just to open up what is currently a closed group to some members who are of international standing, who might, being aware of what is happening might be very interesting and helpful. Just a suggestion.
And Nora is already kind of involved or updated about the process, and she's always kind of interested, excited to be a part of the process. So, and we invited her before, and we usually kind of, if something interesting happens, we update her in terms of that is something that we are doing that area. The challenging part with NIDA is NIDA doesn't have that much of an active role in the international community right now because of many different reasons. So we can discuss about that further. It's interesting that NIMH is playing a more active role in the global level right now. So they have a specific initiative for global mental health, but NIDA is not as active as it was before. So we can definitely discuss about that.
I was suggesting more from a relationship point of view.
Sure.
It's not about trying to get funding or trying to influence certain things. It's more about, hey, this is who we are, and if you want to join us, have a cup of coffee,
Yep.
This is what we do, and etc.
Yep.
Rather than from an operational, strategic, or business.
Absolutely, that definitely makes sense, and it's all about kind of relationship. It's all about kind of having the opportunity to connect, and I'm looking forward to that. I mean, they have still some logistics in terms of planning things in Marrakesh, and we are working on that. So as soon as I have a confirmation that we'll have those things happen, and if that is not going to happen, then I need to figure it out who is going to replace. So I'm still working on that process. Hopefully, as soon as we have some confirmations, I will start working on those kind of further details in terms of how things are going to happen in Marrakesh. But yeah, we are working on that. Definitely, that is going to be an opportunity for all of us to kind of see each other, not always in a formal way, and maybe around a cup of tea or coffee, or just hanging out in kind of outside, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. outside. So that's going to be something that is definitely helpful. And this is what we learned in Malta. That was really helpful to see each other again after the pandemic, and kind of have some really fruitful interactions. So looking forward to make that happen. We have some like 1-2 minutes to wrap up. Any other further notes? Greg, do you have any kind of concluding remarks?
So I think this is a very productive meeting, and an opportunity to meet the new regional representatives. I think that the one open position, I'd like to discuss that further with you, Hamid, about the Central American Mexican. Dario, do you have any thoughts on the potential representative from Mexico or Central America, that combined region? That will be important to kind of finalize our regional representatives around the globe. Dario?
Unfortunately, I don't have any candidate for this position. I think with the influence, with the required influence to do the work. But if you want, I can work on it, and I can ask for relationships and other networks to get somebody for this position. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we are contacting, I mean, as Greg mentioned, we are contacting our contact people in different parts of the world that they have connections in Mexico. We already have kind of few nominees, but we are in touch with them. But I mean, we are in the process. So it would be nice, Dario, if you have connections, or if others, I mean, if Greg, you have any other connections, or others have any connections in Mexico, we can imagine, I mean, it should be Mexico, or maybe another Central American country. So we'll have the discussion in terms of how that is going to be happening. But I mean, any help on that side would be helpful. And as we have been mentioning, we definitely can introduce experts from countries that are not in our region to other representatives. So it would be nice if we kind of keep the connections between regions as well. So last notes by Alex, and then we say goodbye.
Well, what can I say? Again, very impressive. It's going well. And I'm looking forward to seeing most of you in Marrakesh, and enjoying each other's company, but also building something very, very unique and very important. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Hamid. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.